On a cold, rainy night in February of the year 2000, a 9-year-old girl did something that still baffles investigators today. She quietly packed her book bag, put on her favorite clothes, and walked out of her home while her family slept, disappearing into the darkness, alone, just after 3 in the morning. No signs of abuse. No signs of struggle. No internet access. No history of running away. Just a girl, walking down a rural North Carolina highway in the rain, and never being seen again. This is the story of Asha Degree, one of America's most puzzling missing child cases, still unsolved 25 years later. Before we talk about the disappearance, we need to understand the life behind it, because Asha wasn't the type of child anyone expected to vanish. Asha Degree was born on August 5, 1990, in Shelby, North Carolina. Her parents, Harold and JAQUILLA Degree, were described as deeply loving, hands-on, and protective. Asha and her older brother, O'Brien, were raised in a close Christian household. They lived in a modest home on Oakcrest Drive, a safe, calm area where neighbors looked out for each other. Asha wasn't rebellious. She wasn't troubled. She wasn't online, because back then, the family didn't own a computer, and social media didn't exist. She was a quiet, disciplined, and responsible child. A rule follower. A shy girl who loved reading, drawing, candy, and playing basketball with her school team. She was the type of child who got nervous if she broke a pencil during class. The idea of doing something wrong made her uneasy. She was not the type of kid who sneaks out at night. And that's what makes this case so deeply disturbing. February 13th was a Sunday. It was a normal day, until it wasn't. Let's walk through it slowly, because the details matter. Basketball game. Asha's basketball team played a game earlier that afternoon. Asha missed 2 free throws, and her team lost by a single point. She was upset, she cried. Her coach and family comforted her. But they all said the same thing: she bounced back quickly. This matters, because some people wonder if the game triggered something. But according to everyone who knew her, Asha recovered emotionally within minutes. Family evening. The Degrees spent the rest of the day at a relative's house. They returned home around 8 p.m. Asha and her brother took baths, finished homework, and went to bed at around 8:30 or 9 p.m. Nothing unusual. No signs of distress. No arguments. No hint of what would happen next. The weather warning. A severe storm rolled in. Heavy wind. Cold rain. Power outages flickered across parts of Cleveland County. A 9-year-old girl walking miles through that storm, at night, makes absolutely no sense. And she would. This is where the case becomes truly haunting. Around 12:30 a.m. The power went out temporarily. Asha's mom checked on the children before bed. Both were safely asleep. Around 2:30 a.m. Asha's father, Harold, returned from work and looked into their bedroom. Asha and O'Brien were still asleep. So at this point, everything was normal. Sometime between 2:30 and 3 a.m. Asha woke up. Got out of bed. Quietly dressed herself in jeans and a white t-shirt. Picked up her book bag, already packed with personal items, and walked out of the house. No one heard her leave. No one knows why she left. This is the moment the mystery begins. 3:45 a.m., confirmed sighting number 1. Multiple drivers traveling along Highway 18 reported seeing a small figure walking alone in the pouring rain, wearing a backpack. Drivers were confused, even alarmed. One driver said he circled back because it was so dangerous. He approached slowly, worried she might be hurt. The figure, believed to be Asha, ran off into the woods. This detail haunts everyone. She ran. She was scared. But scared of what? The driver? The dark? Or something else entirely? Witnesses confirm it. 2 separate motorists described the same scene. A child, alone, in a storm, around 4 a.m., miles from home. So we know Asha left willingly. But what she intended next remains unclear. Around 6:30 a.m., Asha's mother went into the bedroom to wake the kids for school. O'Brien was there. Asha's bed was empty. At first, she assumed Asha was already up and getting ready, maybe brushing her teeth or packing her school bag. But then, the book bag was gone. Panic set in instantly. The Degrees searched the house. Nothing. They searched the yard. Nothing. Within minutes, they called 911. This was not a family who waited 24 hours. This was not a runaway scenario. This was a family convinced, immediately, that something was terribly wrong. Police respond quickly. By 7 a.m., the search began. Neighbors, officers, K-9 units, helicopters, and volunteers combed through the area. But the storm the night before had washed away every trace. No footprints. No scent trail. Nothing. And this begins the nightmare that continues to this day. From the earliest hours, investigators knew this case was different. Most missing children fall into one of three categories: family abduction, stranger abduction, runaway. But with Asha, nothing fit. Her family was stable. The neighborhood was safe. There was no history of abuse, neglect, or conflict. And Asha, shy, cautious, rule-following Asha, did not act like a runaway. But the sightings on Highway 18 were undeniable. She did leave on her own. The question was why, and where was she going? The first break, a shed in the woods. During the search on February 14th, investigators found a possible clue. In a nearby tool shed, belonging to a local business, workers found two items: a Mickey Mouse hair bow, a pencil, and other small children's items. The bow was confirmed to belong to Asha. This meant she had entered the shed, likely after running from the driver who tried to approach her. This confirms she was alive and moving through the woods. She entered the shed willingly or seeking shelter. She continued onward after leaving it. But after that, her trail went cold. For almost a full year, investigators found nothing else. Then, in August of 2001, a major breakthrough. Discovery of the book bag. A construction worker in Burke County stumbled on a black trash bag buried off the highway. Inside the bag was Asha Degree's book bag. It was double-wrapped in plastic and buried intentionally. This was 26 miles from her home. Authorities confirmed it belonged to her. Inside, they found a Dr. Seuss book, a New Kids on the Block t-shirt, some of her school supplies. Here's the disturbing part. Neither the book nor the shirt belonged to Asha. That detail still confuses investigators. Were they given to her? Did she pack them voluntarily? Were they planted? No one knows. And the location where the bag was found is another mystery. Asha had no way of walking there alone. Number 9-year-old could travel 26 miles in freezing rain. This single detail strongly suggests someone picked her up. Someone buried the bag intentionally. Someone knew how to avoid detection. This is the moment the case shifted from a possible runaway to a likely abduction. This question haunts investigators and her family. If Asha willingly left home, she may have believed she was meeting someone she trusted. But investigators have never identified who that could be. Important details. The family had no computers. Asha had no internet access. No chat rooms. No cell phones. No known suspicious adults in her life. So how could someone lure her? There are only three possibilities. Theory 1, Asha was groomed by someone she knew in real life. This is the scariest theory for most parents, because it involves trust. Someone close enough to gain access. Someone familiar. Someone who planted an idea in her mind. But no teachers, church members, neighbors, or family acquaintances were ever confirmed as suspects. Still, investigators believe this is possible. Theory 2, she left because of something she heard or misunderstood. A child's mind interprets events differently. Some investigators believe she may have overheard adult conversations, misunderstood something frightening, and believed she needed to leave to fix or help something. But again, no solid evidence supports this. Theory 3, a stranger saw her walking and took the opportunity. This is the most widely accepted theory today. Remember, Asha was seen walking alone in the dark on a public road. Anyone driving by could have stopped. Anyone could have forced or tricked her. Anyone could have driven her away without being seen. This is supported by the distance of the book bag, the deliberate burial, the missing timeline after 4 a.m. Investigators suspect she was abducted after entering the woods. The FBI became heavily involved in the case and still considers it active. Important updates over the years. 2004, a possible vehicle of interest. Authorities announced they were looking for 2 cars. A dark green early 90s Ford Thunderbird. A white early 90s Ford Mark IV. These were seen near Highway 18 that night. But after years of searching, nothing solid came from these leads. 2015, new investigative team assigned. The FBI, Cleveland County Sheriff's Office, and SBI created a joint task force. They re-examined every piece of evidence. They discovered Asha may have been spotted getting into a car. The book bag had trace evidence, not publicly disclosed. The area where it was buried indicated familiarity. Still, they've released no suspect names. 2020, 20-year anniversary refocus. The FBI released updated age progression images of what Asha might look like today. They also re-emphasized they believe someone in the community knows the truth. They believe the case is solvable. They believe Asha did not vanish on her own. Even after 2 decades, some details remain deeply confusing. Here are the biggest questions investigators still can't answer. Why did she leave the house? No evidence shows she was scared of her home life. Her family has never been considered suspects. Who gave her the items in her book bag? The Dr. Seuss book belonged to her classroom. The t-shirt belonged to someone else. Why did she run from the driver who tried to help? Did she think she was being followed? Or did she think she was meeting someone else? Who buried the book bag? The bag being double-wrapped and intentionally buried is the clearest sign of foul play. Asha's family never moved. Her parents still live in the same home, in case she returns someday. Her mother, JAQUILLA, has been vocal for 25 years. Someone out there knows something. Someone talked to her. Someone saw her. Someone picked her up. She believes, strongly, that Asha was groomed or lured. Not by a stranger, but by someone Asha trusted. The FBI still wants tips. They offer a $45,000 reward for information. The case is not closed. Not cold. Not abandoned. It's active. Because someone out there knows exactly what happened. And that brings us to today, 25 years after a little girl stepped into the dark and disappeared. No matter how many years pass, the disappearance of Asha Degree remains one of America's most heartbreaking and baffling mysteries. A child leaves her home at night. Her family sleeps peacefully. The world keeps turning. And by morning, she is gone, without a single trace. Someone knows something. Someone remembers something. And someone, somewhere, carries the truth. If you have any information about the disappearance of Asha Degree, please contact the FBI or the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office. And if there's a case you want me to cover next, drop it in the comments. I read every request. For collaborations or business inquiries, contact pulsipo.nt@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. This is USK Stories, bringing clarity, respect, and truth to America's most mysterious cases.